Bakit ka nga ba nag-i-invest? Property or shares? Bakit ka nga ba nag-create ng wealth? Di ba? Ang maaaring sagot natin dyan is para sa pag-retiro natin, o para sa future, meron tayong madudukot or magkaroon tayo ng pera to support our lifestyle, retirement lifestyle. Kasi alam natin na yung mga asset na yan, property man or shares, in the long term, kung binili natin yan and i-hold natin yan for 20 years, will appreciate in value. Parang binili mo ng 500,000, naging 3 million, tumubo ka ng 2.5 million, and then meron tayong magagamit. Pero dito sa Australia, yung mga asset na yan, is-subject pala sa tax. Ang tawag dito is capital gains tax. Ano yung capital gains tax? It's not a separate tax ito eh. Hindi ito kagaya sa ibang bansa, maaaring sa Pilipinas, na yung rate dito is 6% yata, sa dyan sa Pilipinas. Dito sa Australia, it's not a separate tax. Anong ibig sabihin nito, Rom? Is it will be taxed, yung tubo na yan, it will be taxed based on your marginal tax rate. No? So, example, meron kang sahod na 100,000, nagbenta ka ng investment property, sabi natin tumubo siya ng 500,000 net of discount, pinag-hold mo siya ng more than 1 year. So, 100,000 na sahod, 500,000 na capital gains. In that year, i-combine siya eh. And you will be taxed based on 600,000. Hindi yun ita-tax separate yung 500, ita-tax separate yung 100,000 na, hindi ganun yun. I-combine at ita-tax ka. At alam naman natin dito sa Australia, di ba, na yung marginal tax rate natin is 45%. Ulitin ko, 45% plus 2% Medicare levy. So, 47%. May mga dagdag pa yan, depende sa income, like Division 293, pero hindi ko na siya di-discuss. Pero assume na lang natin na malapit naman na sa kalahati, assume na lang natin na kalahati binayad mo sa tax, Ang daming sakripisyo sa pag-i-invest natin, sa pag-create ng wealth. Daming overtime siguro yan sa kung nurses ka. Daming na-postpone na binili or na-postpone na bakasyon. Dahil nga nag-create tayo ng wealth o nag-invest tayo. Tapos ita-tax lang yung kalahati. Pag binenta ko, lugi naman ako, di ba? Pero nung magagawa natin, huwag niyo akong sisihin. That's our tax law dito sa Australia. Ang laki, ang taas. That's our tax rate. Wala tayong magagawa doon, So, yun ang pag-uusapan natin sa video na ito, yung how to save capital gains tax legally. Huwag nating gawin na gumawa ng illegal dahil ang daming legal na paraan how to save capital gains tax. Kailangan nating malaman siya at yun ang isi-share ko sa inyo ngayon, na ginagawa ko mismo sa aming sariling investment, Kasi nga, kagaya nyo rin, isa din akong investor at nakikreate din tayo ng wealth para sa pamilya natin. Ako si Rom, a licensed financial advisor, an accountant, and tax agent dito sa Australia. Pero disclaimer lang, please do not consider this one as a tax advice. Speak to professionals because tax is very, very complicated. There's always a general rule, an exception to the exception to the exception, Kaya nga, may mga accountant din ako na kliyente ko rin mismo, kahit na accountant na rin sila, Kasi mahirap nga itong tax na ito, So, unang strategy is maximize family home. It's so unique dito sa Australia na yung family home natin is not subject to capital gains tax. Invest ka sa bahay, tinirahan mo yung bahay, tumira ka dyan ng 20 years, puhunan mo sa 500,000, binenta mo siya ng 3 million, 2.5 million na tubo, walang tax na babayaran. That's why aside from emotional advantage of owning family home is an investment machine din siya na nag-appreciate yung value na hindi subject sa tax Alam natin na mayroong great debate, di ba? Yung lease, magre-rent lang ako or magbabay ng property. Kung saan ka masaya, nasa sayo ang desisyon. Pero kung pipili ka naman sa option na yun, is i-factor in mo yung capital gains tax, lalo na kung Australian ka o dito, ikaw is taga-Australia, Kasi maaaring iba ang rate, baka napanood mo lang sa YouTube ito or sa US siya, iba ang kanilang tax law doon, Factor that capital gains tax. Kasi maaaring, di ba, maaaring sinasabi yung nagre-rent is, malulugi ka namin sa aming ginagawang investment strategy sa shares. Pero di ba, pag binenta mo yun, Maaring mag-fall sila doon sa 45 plus 2% na tax na maaring kalahati ng tubo nila is naibayad nila. Ina-assume nila. Nakita na nila yan. Ano? Pero ikaw na nag-invest sa family home is walang tax na babayaran. Ano? That's the first one. Second strategy is don't own that asset or capital asset. Sikretong malupit ito ng mga mayayaman. Nag-i-invest sila ng property, nag-i-invest sila ng shares, but they don't own it. Diba? Paano magbabayad ng capital gains tax kung hindi naman ikaw may-ari? So that's why it's very, very popular dito sa Australia. Family trust or investment company. It will reduce, some strategy will reduce the capital tax rate then from 47% to 30% or 25% if they're using a company as a structure. And family trust, they have the capacity to distribute income sa family members to reduce the taxes then. Again, it's a complicated one. I have my own family trust as part of the strategy. Doon nakapasok yung shares investment ng pamilya ko so that the dividends and capital gains if in case can be distributed sa family members, sa aming mag-asawa, sa aming anak, mas mababang income to reduce that tax. It's a strategy, diba? Na legal, na allowed sa atin. Ang kagandahan nito is narinig niyo sa akin dahil pinanood niyo ako. So kung may 8 pa na strategy, kung may natutunan ka dun sa lawa or happy ka na narinig mo yun, like and subscribe mo naman ako. It will inspire me to do the same video again, how to save taxes. And para may share ko yung next 8. Joke lang. So the next one, the number 3 is hold that asset for 12 months. Nag-invest ka ng property, i-hold mo siya ng 1 year, para pag binenta po siya, parang tubo, may discount siya, which is 50%. Example, bumili ka ng bahay, investment property, tumubo ka ng 100,000 kasi nabili mo siya ng discount, pero binenta mo kaagad siya, gusto mong i-liquidate kaagad para may 100,000 ka na profit. Less than 1 year mo lang hinold yung property, you will be taxed based on that 100,000. So that 100,000 will be added to your other income and you will be taxed based on that. Kung hinold mo siya more than 12 months, 100,000 na tubo, may 50% na discount. Itatax ka lang dun sa 50,000, di ba? So, anong best strategy? Hold that for 12 months and you save capital gains tax. Kayo ng mga big lover ng buy, renovate, sell, mga quick fix lang, and then straight away magpa-profit ka agad. To factor the capital gains, then capital gains tax dyan, Kasi kung less than 12 months yan siya, ang iniisip niyo yung tubo is maring matataxed siya lahat na walang discount. At maaaring maging subject pa kayo sa GST. May capital gains tax, may GST. A different topic yung GST. Pero the ATO, yung tax office natin, will treat you as a businessman din, na running a business of buy, renovate, and sell. So, it's ang laking tax na babayan. So, talk to professionals if you do this strategy. Number 4, use capital loss to your advantage. So, ang problema sa selling capital asset, yung gain, itatax, yung loss, i-offset sa capital gain lang. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Pag nagbenta ka pala, at tumita, itatax ka. I-add sa other income. Pero nagbenta ka pala ng capital asset o investment property or shares, pag loss, kailangan may gain pa para mag-offsetan sila. Di ba? Parang lugi. Pero that's how our tax rules, kaya maganda, if you are selling an asset na alam mo may tubo ka, tingin ka ng asset din na alam mo lugi. Alam mo wala na talagang pag-asa na asset. It's common to sa mga shares, And you can sell that together para mag-offsetan yung dalawa. Huwag mong ibenta yung mauna yung may gain, tapos the following financial year yung may loss. Kasi walang mangyayari dun sa loss. Kailangan ma-offset sa gain. Na-tax na yung gain sa first financial year and then loss yung next financial year. Mag-aantay ka pa. Paano kung wala ka ng investment property or investment shares na magkakaroon ng capital gains? Number 5, ito paborito to. Ginawa ko to sa aming pamilya din. We set up our self-managed super fund, SMSF. Aside from control of our own money and cost, the big reason of having an SMSF na ginawa ko is to save taxes din, lalo na itong capital gains tax. I put all the capital asset, lalo na yung mga shares din minsan na naka-invest sa SMSF, dahil nga pag binenta mo, ang tubo niya is pag capital asset siya, if you hold that for more than a year, is parang 10% lang siya. Diba nabanggit ko kanina, kung nakapangalan siya sa akin, I will be taxed based on my marginal tax rate na maaaring 47% siya. Kung pinangalan ko siya sa self-managed super fund or SMSF, 10% lang ang capital gains tax niya sa tubo, And then wala pa siyang tax kung sa retirement phase na yung superannuation or self-managed super fund ko. Another way of structuring your investment, then ito yung strategy na available na rin sa inyo. Again, this strategy is complicated. It's not for everybody yung self-managed super fund. It so happen na ginawa ko siya dahil I'm an accountant and I have a special skills in SMSF as SMSF specialist. But you can also do this if you are guided by professionals naman. Number 6, sell after the financial year. It will not reduce the tax itself, Siningit ko lang siya. Pero it will delay the payment of tax. Lalo na siguro kung may plano kang magbenta ng property or investment property or shares ng May or June. Bakit hindi mo na lang sa July benta? Of course, depende sa presyo. Kasi kung dinelay mo siya sa next financial year or sa next cycle, parang yung payment mo ng tax madidelay ng parang 2 years di ba? So the money you save because you keep the tax na hindi imbis na ibigay mo agad sa ATO, ginamit mo muna sa iba. And hopefully, you will earn that 2 years mo parang umutang ka na walang interest di ba? So delay it, delay the sell. Unless talaga na there's like an opportunity na kailangan ibenta ng precious na makukuha mo na. Parang, to give you an example, I'm planning to sell shares ngayon kasi to rebalance my investment. Mag-April na. So, I'm thinking of, there's a risk as well na maaaring bumagsak yung presyo. Pero I'm thinking of, do I need to sell now and rebalance our family investment portfolio or I'll delay it in July para yung capital gains? Kasi pag nagbenta ka kasi ng shares din, may capital gain yun na subject to tax. Dinelay ko siya, magbabayad pa ako nun sa 2026 pa, kung sa July ko siya ibibenta. I mean, another way of saving taxes because you delay the payment. Number 7 na strategy ko is keep records. Kami mga accountant, we always look for proof, record. Lahat ito, yung cost of buying, cost of selling, kailangan documented ito para ma-calculate ng tama. Dahil kung hindi natin ma-support ito, ma-audit tayo ng taxation office, kung hindi natin na-support ng mga invoices, o cost, proof of purchase, proof of selling, renovation man, kung ano man may expenses na related sa investment natin, maring mali ang calculation at maring magbayad tayo ng tax na pwedeng hindi pala, mababa pala dapat, pero wala tayong record to support it, Strategy number 8, we maximize tax deductions din. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? We know na may papasok na capital gain, maaaring nagbenta kami ng shares man or investment property na under our own name. We maximize some of our deductions, like yung mga work-related deductions. Sometimes we do charity contributions para yung income, bababa yung income, matatax ka ng neto ng expenses, net of expense. Yung income, di ba sabi mo nga, hindi siya natatax separately, kinukombine. Pero yung mga work-related expenses, work-related donations, it will be deducted. So, in the end, na-reduce yung tax na babayaran mo. So, maximize that deductions din. Number 9 is we put money into superannuation din or sa SMSF. Alam namin na may capital gains na papasok. For example, we sold an asset at alam namin na may tubo siya. Yung tubo na yun is papasok namin sa superannuation para hindi siya matatax sa marginal tax rate namin, kundi matatax siya under superannuation rate, which is 15%. Diba? So, instead of maaaring 47% kami mag-asawa, pero na-drop siya ng 15% because we put some of the money into superannuation. So, speak to your accountant about this. It's very, very good strategy. Ang last na strategy ko is increasing the cost base. I know na minsan may investment property tayo na bago natin sa ibenta, why not ayusin yung property because those expenses is deductible din. Maaring mag-increase yung selling price niya. Ang effect niya is maaring additional capital gain din. Pero I'd rather have a profit na mas mataas because I increase the cost base na tax deductible siya. Ang pang-11 na strategy, actually, is bonus, is i-like and subscribe mo ako rito. Joke lang, 11 strategies, get best possible advice. Tax is always very, very complicated. Magugulat ka, ang accountant is nagkakaroon ay ina-hire din kami as as a tax advisor. So imagine if you are not an expert on this, no? So number 11, the bonus strategy is get the best possible advice. With that, I'll see you again next week. Kita-kits.